On the hit CBS thriller Zoo, our next guest plays scientist Mitch Morgan. In next week's episode, Mitch gets caught up on the crisis facing Earth after spending the last decade in a preservation tank. Take a look.
So there's no team, just us, against a rapidly growing horde of vicious hybrids that are barely being contained by a barrier. Oh, and all of humanity is sterile.
Even in a tank for 10 years, a few things have changed.
So it appears.
Please welcome Billy Burke.
I was naked in my kitchen this morning.
With or without tennis shoes?
Well, I wasn't. I don't want to give you the full picture, but I had a T-shirt on.
It's not the shoes that make it, you know, the shoes aren't the thing that make it X-rated.
Either one's not a good look.
Now, we want to congratulate you on the return of Zoo. At the end of last season, we saw your character, Mitch, get brutally attacked by these wild hybrid creatures.
Yes.
And now season 3 jumps ahead 10 years, and we find out you've been alive in this preservation tank.
Right.
So what else is in store for us this season?
It's cool.
Very cool.
It's yeah, it's the weirdest show on television. But I gotta say, we've managed to. They really have upped the game this year. Going into season 3, the look is new. The CGI is fantastic. We don't have any real animals anymore. It's mostly just you know, made-up creatures. And yeah, that's me in the tank.
Is that really
Sometimes.
you? I want to know, like, because there's a photo of you in the tank, and I kept looking at it like, is that really him, or is that a fake him?
That is probably me.
Okay. But what did you do? You had to hold your breath?
In the off-season, they made a, because they clued me into what the plan was, so I was growing all my hairs out. And so they made a life-size dummy of me to throw in there when...
Wow.
Yeah.
But what do you have to do? You have to hold your breath in there?
You do, for a considerable amount of time, but that's, I mean, to be honest with you, it's not the holding the breath that's the worst part, it's holding your pee in for that.
Because you in there with your own water.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pee in the tank.
So Billy here is originally from Washington State, correct?
Yes.
And he started in the entertainment industry as part of a rock band. I bet you didn't know that. So we
Look at that.
That's you in the front?
Yeah. So how did you make the transition from like a rock star lead singer to an actor?
That was about 89, 90, 91, something like that. And I was up playing in rock bands. And that was during the full sort of upswell of what was happening in Seattle at that time. And we all know what came of that. My band wasn't really doing that. So at the time, I did a couple of indie films up there that I got invited to do. And so I just decided to kind of take my solo show on the road down to LA. I got a solo deal with Warner Brothers that didn't end up panning out, but I was in LA and I just decided to, you know, I'm going to start reading for everything that I can and started working as an actor. And then...
and you've been working ever since.
I have, yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
you have been. In fact, you have a resume of over 50 films and television shows.
I know, that's weird,
Which is
right?
incredible.
And who is that guy?
Yeah, well,
50 films,
50 films. And there's one project that people might, it's a little project that you did that people might know you from. It's called The Twilight Saga. I don't know if anybody's seen it or heard of it. You played Kristen Stewart's Bella's dad, chef and chief, Charlie Swan. And I wonder, like, when you signed on to do this role, did you know it was going to be this massive, like, 5-film juggernaut that it turned into?
I feel like I was maybe the only one to admit I knew it was going to have some legs.
Really?
Yeah. In hearing the rest of the cast talk about it, they all said, well, you know, we had no idea. Catherine Hardwicke, the director of the first, I went in to meet her, and we were talking about the role and what the movie was, and and she said, "Well, go home and Google Twilight." And I'd never heard of it, and I went home and Googled it, and there it was, this enormous sort of thing on the zeitgeist, and I was like, "Yeah, these movies probably have a good chance."
So I'm gonna have a gig for a long time.
Well, I did for a good 4 years anyway. Yeah.
I heard your first meeting with Kristen Stewart was unusual. What happened?
Yeah. We met on the plane up to, we shot the first movie in Portland, and we had never met before, but I recognized who she was. She was sitting in the seat in front of me on the plane, and I just tapped her on the shoulder and I said, "Hey, I'm your dad." And her reaction was what you might think it would be for a Kristen Stewart reaction. But we got along great after that.
Before Twilight, you starred in a small film that actually has become like a cult classic. It was called it's called Dill Scallion, and it was a mockumentary.
Yeah.
And you played country singer Dill Scallion, and you shot this in a very unusual way.
Yeah, apparently it's really big on tour buses now. People love to watch it on tour buses. But yeah, we started in LA. We all got it. The whole cast and crew got very small unit, got on a tour bus and just shot the thing on the road from LA to Nashville. And
Like the Spinal Tap vibe.
it was
Yeah.
it was the most fun I've had doing anything ever in my life. Yeah.
Isn't that great? And you surprised, like some of these big, Willie Nelson you surprised?
We
and,
did, yeah. We sort of guerrilla style shot a lot of stuff. So we would go up. In character, I would go up to people like Willie Nelson and Leanne Rimes, and just sort of, mess with them a little bit. And they played along because they were being shot. They didn't know what they were being shot for. And then whatever silliness happened, we went to them later and asked if it was okay if we used their footage in the film. They were like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Love it.
It's so inspiring when people do stuff like that. Billy Burke,
Lovely.
thank you so much for being here. Zoo airs Thursday nights at 10 right here on CBS, and we will be right back.